Hey everybody, my name is Seth, and today I'm going to be answering your questions. So I've collected a few questions from videos that I've already uploaded on YouTube. I put up a post kind of last minute this time on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr, letting you guys know that I'm accepting questions so I can answer them here on this video. I plan on making this a monthly thing. It's a little bit of an experiment, see what happens, see if I can get you guys to engage with me here, since we're having so much fun engaging on the comments already. So in a video like this, I get to be your audience for once and give you guys concise, appropriate information for what kind of questions you have for me. So the third question comes from my chart ruler series, this one specifically being the sun as your chart ruler for Leo ascendants. This is a fantastic question. First of all, it happens. It just kind of happens that planets fall into houses that they don't necessarily rule. My chart is full of them. I have my moon in Leo in my first house. I'm a Cancer ascendant. I have my Mars in Libra in the third house. Virgo is the ruler of my third house. And you have your Aries sun in the eighth house, and Pisces is the ruler of your eighth house. Neither of us have interceptions. It's kind of just par for the course when you're using a Placidus system. And what you need to really do is just kind of invest the time in researching how you're going to blend that information. Because there is a unique blending going on in your chart, you're going to have to put in, or at least find people who can give you something more of a unique blending of that information. So I'm going to try my hand at doing that without seeing your entire chart. So I'm going to read from these notes. I don't feel like memorizing lines anymore. I don't feel like memorizing the lines. These videos are going to be a little bit more relaxed, you guys, so be prepared. So rather than just finding yourself alone, you actively seclude yourself, whether purposely or not. If it's not on purpose, if it's unconscious, then you're more than likely turning people off by leaving them with a sense of purposelessness in your life because you refuse to rely on them like friends do. So watch out for that. That could be an issue. If you're finding yourself alone, if you're finding that you are in seclusion a lot of the time, yet you have an active life, it's more than likely because you're making people feel as if they have no place in your life. You handle everything. You don't need any help. You don't need any support. You don't need any of these things. More than likely, subconsciously, you're telling people that. That's why you're finding yourself secluded even though you have an active life, instead of saying, no, I push people away for a reason, which we're about to cover now. So if it is purposeful, if it is conscious, you find reasons to leave relationships behind because ultimately you believe everyone is trying to use you or they're just not sincere. Look to Jupiter to find how to trust more. Then look to Pluto to find what you need to handle in yourself and stop assuming that the people around you sound more like the problem. What I mean by that is that Pluto is going to show where your anxiety, unfounded anxiety, and the kind of mirror that needs to be held up. If you're assuming that people are insincere, if you are leaving relationships because you're feeling as if they're not worthwhile, it's more than likely you don't feel worthwhile. There's something going on in your life dependent on, what house we find Pluto in, and what house we find Jupiter in to see where the trust needs to be put. You need to learn to trust yourself to make the right decisions when it comes to friends. And when you do decide to let someone in and you no longer want to be in seclusion, trust in that. And understand that when you're looking at someone and saying, maybe I shouldn't trust them, it's not them, it's you being critical of your decision to stick by someone. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, so I want to thank all you guys for coming. I feel like this was a successful video. I'm happy I really got to talk to you guys personally. We ironed out some kinks. Now it's established what is necessary for me to give you a functional answer to your questions so we can move along and get even better answers. Leave your questions below and I will be sure to include them in next month's installment. Also, keep an eye out on the Cancer Virgo Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. That's where you're going to find my announcement for the next video, and you can leave your questions there when I make the announcement as well, and I will gather them all up and answer them all next month. Lend some support by hopping over to my Patreon and by liking this video, sharing this video, and subscribing if you haven't already. You know I truly appreciate it. Make sure to stay tuned because you never know when I'll be talking to you next.